One for all. All for one. People talk to people and people understand. Thank you very much. This morning, we want to look at this question. It's a wonderful question. Why are my invitees not turning up? Why? I go out, I prospect, one-on-one invitation. This is not just a broadcast. I'm talking to people face to face, and they are assuring me confidently to expect them. And the day comes, they are not here. Why? Not once, not twice. It is becoming a pattern. Why? Because perhaps if I know why, and I address the why, the tide will turn and the story will change. Why? And the truth is, there can be 1,001 reasons for this, especially from your prospect's angle. Some people have come up. He may have traveled, may be sick. The landlord may have just evicted him. So there are things, a plethora of reasons. I cannot control that. Just understand that one. I can't. You didn't pay your house when they are evicting you. How is that mine? How can I resolve that? I can't. You had an emergency. Those are your own issues. So what concerns me when I invite people and they do not turn up is, what are those concerns that I can address? I can only address those that are under my control. Are we together? So, in answering this question, there's what we call flipping the question. When you flip the question, you are likely to find the answer in the question itself. We are going to, it's part of what we are looking at in our how to think and prosper. You flip this question. How do you flip it? 2, you now ask a second question, which in a kind of reverse way is, if you find the answer to that, you have found the answer to this. Why are my invitees turning up? Why are my invitees turning up? Because you have invited a lot of people, many have turned up, and they have actually gone on to register. Because in his case, like I observed, he has been the one who has done the most massive recruitment using one-on-one. Yes. He has been the one who has had the most responses, of not just responses, of people now put pen to paper and they sign. Why are my invitees turning up? You, for instance, are a consequence of that kind of invitation. So when you are saying, why are my invitees not turning up, and I can't seem to be able to answer this question, then I need to flip that question. Are we seeing the reverse logic here? God, there are always two sides to a coin. So one side is that people are not turning up. Another side is that people are turning up. And like I told him too, it is what the sheep saw and the sheep was looking that this dog saw and the dog was now barking. The same thing. Not different. The sheep was quiet and the dog was barking. So what is it? It is this same me that I talk to people, they are not turning up. This same me talk to people and they are turning up. So if I cannot answer this question, can I try to answer this question? Why are my invitees turning up? Wow. Immediately I ask that question, I begin to see some explanation. And rightly, those invitees that he invited and turned up, we had asked them why, even without even being asked, they actually offered why they came. And what was consistent through their messages Even though they didn't know one another, they came different times from different circumstances, was simply that they beheld him and said, a man like this with all hair white from head down, a man of his age, to be going about carrying this kind of message, there must be something to it. Though they don't understand that message, but let me go to where he has recommended and let me hear this message myself. As a result, many have come and many have signed on. And at the time we actually recognized him for that. It is a special award. Again, he is now getting frustrated by the fact that he still goes out and he has a lot of expectations. People are not turning up. If people have turned up because of you, they are also not turning up because of you. So what is it about you that is turning them off? Because it's the same message you have carried to different audiences. And the truth is, and that's the peculiarity of our endeavor here, there are two screens and there are two major participants. This is one screen, this is another screen. This is screen here, this is screen here. This is Ebony, our community. Ebony community. This is our prospect. Are we seeing that? We are trying to get these prospects to become part of this community, because Ebony community is about growing in numbers of people. That's all we are. Growing our numbers because of the power in numbers. Because of the economic value of numbers. How many of us remember Metcalfe's law? Metcalfe's law. We have talked about that in networking. Many of us don't even know really. Metcalfe's law. The economic value of your network, that is, the economic power that you have of your leverage, is equal to N squared, where N is the number of people in your network. That's Metcalfe's law. Every networker should know that. The economic value of your network, or the leverage value of your network, is equal to N squared, where N is the number of people in your network. So if I have 1 squared is 1. That's only me. When one person joins me, we are now 2. 2 squared is 4. Can you see that? That's geometric progression. When I now have 4, the economic power is now 16. It's crazy. When I have 10, economic power just jumps to 100. Awesome. What about what happens when I have 100? The Bible already said that. It said 1 will chase 1,000, 2, 10,000. What about 3? That's already 1,000,000. You are looking at how that thing is rising geometrically. So with 4, I can almost run 100 million. So I don't really need too many people. Let's I divert. But this is what Ebony community is working on. We want to grow our economic power. Why? Because the economy itself is the base on which you build the political superstructure. Without a viable and functioning economy, your politics is zero. Do you understand that? Well, another talk for another day. So, let me come back to this. So, I have Ebony community here. There's a screen here. There's a screen here. There's my prospect. So, this screen prevents this prospect, this screen and this screen prevent this prospect from seeing Ebony community. So, when he looks from here, let's say this is screen A and this is screen B. When the prospect tries to look at Ebony, what does he see? What does he see? Screen, what screen? Screen B. Because you cannot even see screen A. In screen B, you are seeing first. This screen B, is you. As you try to talk to this person and he's trying to look at Ebony, all he sees is you. If he cannot pass through this screen, he can't even come here, which is our EWC MLM. That's the system. Yes. We in Ebony community, when we look in his direction, we first of all see our system before we see you and then your prospect. So, naturally, from Ebony community perspective, our starting point is our system. So, we owe a duty to do everything to perfect our system, to ensure that it's always there, it's reliable, it's dependable, it's the best. It gives the kind of result that we want it to give. Are we together? But many of us are now under that false sense that it is this that I have to present to the customer, when really the customer cannot see A without having to go through B first. And B is who? You. So we are pushing two things in front of the customer. Our system and you, yes. So, but when the customer looks, he sees you. He doesn't even see the system. System is invisible. It's unlike other companies where you have some product, physical product that you are carrying around. So, when you appear before the customer, he can actually take his eyes away from you and be looking at the products. Ours is different. Ours is behind you. The power is behind you. For them to reach the system, they have to go through you first. So, the question is, what is it about you that is preventing them from approaching the system? That's what you need to ask yourself. When you have addressed that, my brother, my sister, miracles will begin to happen. Because we're not talking about them joining the community yet. We are talking about them even approaching the system. Approaching the system means even presenting themselves to even hear about the opportunity. Where we present our system, this is what it does, what it does. It's when they buy the system that they now enter into the community. Are we together? Now, we've had challenge with this for a long time. Many of us have just gone out bare-boned. We have not even touched up. You have not even packaged yourself correctly. There's nothing about you. Come on. Okay, like someone was saying, I think that is Tosin on our way home one day, and she was saying there are different markets. I don't know where she learned that, but she was telling us in the car, and I was smiling. There are different markets, not the way you present to this market that you present to this market. And that's clearly what we have done in Ebony. That is why we have the Explorer, we have Navigator, we have Range, and we have Phantom. It is not the way you market Explorer that you market Navigator. It's not the way you market Navigator, you market Range. It's not the way you market Range, you market Phantom. Because if you live here and go and be talking to somebody who wants to buy Phantom for 1 million, the same way you are talking to the person who is buying Explorer 1,500, I'm sorry, you have missed it altogether. If you package yourself the way you are talking to package yourself to the guy for Explorer, you also package yourself. In fact, you want to even pass the man's gate. Gate man will not allow you to enter. You think I'm lying? If you enter, they will direct you to the best quarters. Or they direct you to the waste bin. Maybe you came to carry dustbin. You are a lawman. You didn't hear me. So you need to come back to yourself and say, hey, it is me they are not buying. Unlike other networks, I will say, it is not you that they are saying no to. They are saying no to the opportunity. No, in this one, they are not saying no to the opportunity. They are actually saying no to you. Shola, how are you? My friend.
He's older than me in Ebony.
By far, it's your grandfather. This is your grandfather. you know, Charlie boy.
Mommy must have served enough.
Here, don't call her mommy. She's your baby here. When you leave here and get to call her mommy, here, you are the grandpa. So that you just disappeared. Charlie Boy went to OBJ Obasanjo. He said he's the president of frustrated youth of Nigeria. Obasanjo looked at him. He said, you are the president of frustrated youth of Nigeria. He said, I'm their grandfather. I'm their grandfather. So you are a grandfather to her. You are just a lazy grandfather, that's all. Grandfather to your mom. Of course. I told him that if he doesn't come and work here, I'll tell our daughter not to give him job again. He won't get job again from us. You are saying, we have authority here. When you get home, you have other authority, but here, because if she gives, she will not tell me again. No. You are saying, of course. He won't give you. Everything is about empowering our members now.
So we must give our business to our members.
First to our members. The reason he's still giving it to you because you are a member. But you must become an active member. You must become an active member. So like I was saying, so once you see this, I'm telling you, you have solved 50% of your problem. So what is it about me? Can you imagine Baba now? He will now be going and be talking to some small boys who are playing Tete or they are playing Yahoo Yahoo. He'll be telling them that, we have something to give you money. Just look at him like this. Baba, she go you better go and rest. Baba, there's nothing you are going to tell them. They might just respect your age and listen to you. That they will follow you, just forget it. Because the only way you are going to reach to your youth is you have to approach them differently from the way you have approached the other guys who responded. You just have to find a way to do that. Either you approach them directly or you approach them through a proxy, so to speak. Through a proxy. A younger person. Are you together? So you need to, that's particularly, but this challenge is not for him only, it's for all of us. Why? That's why I'm going back to it. It's a common denominator. We invite people and they are not turning up. Why? The question is, has anybody ever turned up? Okay, like this man, I think he invited one person one day, himself and the man disappeared together. It's like when the brother, that man took him away. the man convinced him and just took him away. Wow. He brought the man to go and said the man, but the man took him away. Wow. So I'm sure the man must have discouraged him that if that's where you want to go and hang up, you have lost money. Pay me, I can't lose. That's why he disappeared. He's a very nice guy. Shola is a nice guy, and Shola is somebody. Oh yeah, he is. He has everything. He has everything to make him succeed here, but I think people just they took him out. They took him out. Okay, so this is it. Now, immediately I saw this from that discussion. Even me, I began to look at myself again. Am I packaging myself right? Starting from how I dress. If when he was coming just now, he dressed like Loma, we will direct him to our where the dustbin is. If we saw just now, he dressed like a traffic warden, I probably wonder whether I beat traffic. I hope my vehicle is still there. Because there's no traffic here, I can't imagine what he's doing here. Or imagine that we're having a wedding feast, and I invite somebody, and he's coming. He wears traffic, all these are orange and black. By the time he gets to the gate, they will ask him to go and be watching the cars to ensure that nobody. He will not say it's a guest. I know you can't be a guest. Because people will begin to address you the way you dress. And this man did something yesterday. He came like this. As soon as he wanted to start, he went inside there. By the time he was coming back to his parada, me, I didn't recognize him again. He was all kitted up. I said, yes. Now we are at it. Now we mean business. I had to come down from my chair. I said, to sit down here. I accepted myself. You know. Oh yes. Because, and thank God you did that. Because when that guy came, You could. In fact, when I said the way Fakredi was now talking, Eruba Emigo. Oh, the man said I learned one or two things from him. Are you with me now? So the man, because of how we carried ourselves, otherwise he could have left here without even putting that. He would have just walked out.
Came up again.
Yes, so it is. He registered. We told him, and he was not asking after the marketing. We said that's a talk for another day. And he was already thinking of how he's going to promote it, without even understanding the technicality yet. Why? Because he has bought into us. Though he bought into this screen first. If they don't buy this, forget about this one. Forget this one. Forget it.
He was even telling us yesterday that, I hope you have not overreacted.
Yes, he was not apologizing. No, in order not to make him also feel bad, we said, no, it's okay. Come on, that's the way to have reacted anyway, though it was excessive, but it was a human being.
Do you know I didn't see any of his call?
He was not calling you, he was calling the other numbers. But he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know that any number he called should have been responsible enough to according the necessary courtesy. Those numbers again. I would have even felt it's better for you to put your number and put her number, for instance. Put your number and put her number.
That one that she does and put all her numbers.
Why? Because she is always aware of whatever program we have here. Therefore, we'll be able to answer anybody with courtesy, with courtesy. So I just told the man, well,
before I go, I will need that account.
Yes, we'll give it to you. So, look at yourself. What is it about you? Starting from, first of all, your presentation, your appearance, your sartorial presentation. I can't live here now that I'm going to, that guy said he's a tax consultant. He consults for companies. Now he now calls me to follow him to a presentation. You think I will dress like this? I will not. I'll probably put on my corporate, yes, all those things that I put, because that is what that occasion demands. So, you dress the way you want to be addressed. Number 2 is you must have a message. You must have a message. What is your message? You must have a message. What message do you have? You just go, you don't have a message. You just say, everybody world. What do you do then? You register one, you now bring 3 people, After that, what? Oh, all the people that are looking for people. Okay, I've done it before. Thank you. And end of story. Or they say, okay, I'll come. They've already, that when you are presenting, immediately you approach somebody, within the first minute, they've made up their mind about you. They've made up their mind about you, whether they will buy or they will not buy. That's the truth. Within the first minute, they've made up their mind. Yes. After that, forget it, just story. Within first 5 minutes. Yes, it doesn't matter anymore. They've made up their mind. So you need to be in control at that first interaction, and you don't have a second chance to make a first impression. You don't have a second chance at it. So if you are going to approach people, ensure that you approach them right, and then you have a message. Now your message, I know you have a message. Yes, you have a message. But do you have the right message for this audience? Is your message prime and proper for the audience? So you have to also look at the audience. What is my audience? What is my audience? Will your message resonate with this audience? If I was talking to people in their 60s, I'll be very foolish to go and be talking about cryptocurrency. You don't carry your eye common. That's true. Because most of them don't know how to operate the phone. We are talking about crypto. As if survived Naira, they are talking about cryptocurrency. They already believe that it's a scam in the first place. It's a scam. But if I wanted to carry a message to the youth, if I said cryptocurrency, everybody will be jumping. Everybody will be jumping. So what? Sir? Oh yeah. What is your message? If you don't have the right message, just forget it. Just forget it. So, you must have a message for the audience. You must have a message for the audience. And then, from all this so far, I have not talked about you. I've just talked about, you can dress a pig in king's robe now, if that's what you want. Check that we should dress properly. So we can dress a pig properly, spray it with perfume, put a crown on his head, sit it on the throne. He will remain there for some time. But eventually what will happen? It will find its level. So, the next one is value. What value are you bringing to them? How valuable are you? Are you a person of value? Are you loaded with value? That guy yesterday, we've not done anything yet, but immediately he could see value. Hello, Mr. Fakredi, yes? He could see value. He could discern value. You are old enough to know value when you see one. Yes. He could see value. It is that value that is ready to put down his resources to back up. You don't even begin to ask. In fact, it's even wrong to you to be asking people to register. And I've said that again and again because we are redefining who we are, the entrepreneur. We said we are economic freedom fighters. We are economic jihadists. We are economic crusaders. Nobody goes to beg anybody to join Soja. If you have to beg people to join Soja, you are defeated already. You have defeated already. You won't even make it. Because they are not willing to go and die. Even when people present themselves that I want to join Soja, I say I'm ready to die, they will still do what? They will still reject a lot of them. So you go home, they are not ready for it. So if we are economic freedom fighters, we are economic warriors, we cannot be different from how they carry themselves in the military. So it's not every Dick and Harry. You don't beg people to join Soja. You don't beg people to join you in this endeavor. Understand this. One good person who is ready to die for a cause is better than 1 million people who will run at the slightest sight of opposition or obstacle, threat. Never again try to beg people to join. Present what? Value. Show your value. When you show that man was very happy yesterday to put down his money up. He could have walked away.
No, he was even telling us that in other
places they take the money first.
Oh, yes.
In other places, they take the money first before anything. We are finished. It's even the one begging us that this is the money. Because he could have walked away and said, I didn't get any value. So was this the nonsense you guys called me for? Right? Not only was he putting down money, he was already thinking of how can I even grow this without even knowing what benefit is there for him. Why? Because he has already seen that there is value here. He can feel it already. He can feel it. He can feel it. Do you have value? Are you adding value? Can they see your value? Are you valuable? Many of us are not valuable. Because as you present yourself and they are valuing you already. They are assessing you already. They are making up their minds. So when you are making your call, you don't know whether this one is just one of them again. We went to one call that Sunday, the one we went to in that place, at a local government. I don't want to mention the name again, but we all went, and they were presenting. It was predictable. I knew where all this game plan, where it was going to end. I didn't see any value. After a while, I picked my things. I said, Madam, let's go. We entered motor and we left. Because I just knew the storyline. I knew where it was going. All was just glitterati, razzmatazz, no substance. It was formed without substance. Are we together? Let people be able to place a good value on you. You know, you cannot demand it and say, don't you know I'm valuable? In fact, by the time you begin to say, don't you know I'm valuable, you don't have any value.
Do you know who I am?
You don't have any value.
Say, do you know who
Who I am?
That means
You don't even forget. You are
But if
nobody.
you ask that question,
When I got there, let me tell you what put me off about them. When we got there, the first presenter came to present herself, but in presenting themselves, all they were just showing were checks. How I end this check, how I end this check, how I end this check. Checks don't make people rich or wealthy. It's not checks that make you wealthy. Then she got down. The next one also came up and began to talk about, hey, how within 6 months, my life, and I began to earn checks like this. I knew all this was just calm. Immediately, I knew it was calm. There is no business that is a business that doesn't have a time for gestation, for nurturing. If it does not take time, then it won't last. Take it from me. Whatever will last takes time. When they begin to promise and say, within 6 months, you have bought a car. Within 1 year, you have built a house. Run for your dear life. Don't even watch. I say begin to run. Those are just red flags already. We've been in this game for long enough to know. Because 1 year is not sufficient time for that transformation to happen. Because nobody can become rich in the physical without being rich first in the spirit. You cannot transform a person's wallet without first of all transforming his spirit. If a person carries the spirit of a poor man, if you like, be giving him 1 million every month, he will reduce that 1 million to his level. He's a 10,000 naira man. You are giving him 1 million. You want to kill him. You are destroying him. That's when he's going to go and get drunk. He's going to buy a car that he doesn't deserve. He will have accident. He will now begin to carry women. He's looking for 3 some, 4 some. He's looking for now he remember he can marry. He's a Muslim. He can actually marry more than 1 wife. Even the Christian, we are Africans. That's what it does. You just give a man money that will now destroy him permanently. But when you have created a man of value, drop him in the pit. When he's coming out, he will come out with a pearl. Are you together? So it is that transformation. Do you have the capacity to bring? Because this is your value. This your value is the beginning of that transformation. That is why we keep on saying Ebony World, transforming lives for life. When you have value, you become the agent of transformation. I've seen a lot of potential in my friend here, but it's just potential. A potential is a potential. Until you begin to, there will be nothing will follow it. Just like Nigeria is a potential giant. You just potential. If you don't work it out, you have to work it out. And then I pray we don't die with our potentials.
Oh, there are many. They say the richest
place on earth is the grave.
The grave. So many dreams.
The beautiful thing about it is that we are revealed one potential at a time. That's the revelation we receive. Immediately you exploit one, another will manifest. You exploit another will manifest. You exploit another will manifest. Then people will not think that you are a man of many parts. You didn't develop those many parts in one day. Your potentials, as they begin to show, you began to harness them, utilize them, and what happens? Another potential will now reveal itself. You are a man of many parts, that is true, but they don't reveal themselves in one go. They reveal themselves one potential at a time, one potential at a time, one potential at a time. But until you begin to exploit them, you just remain only a potential with a potential difference. Potential difference. We know what potential difference is. That's the difference between positive and negative in electricity. Oh, now you're having electricity, potential difference. Because of that potential difference, that's why you have, when you now condense this potential, where people, then the current will flow, trying to balance them out. So if you just have that potential and you do not connect, I'm happy with that word, you don't connect. That's what you have not done. You have the potential, but you are not connecting. You have contacts, but you are not connecting. Like my friend yesterday was saying, where am I going to get it? People, I said, you have a phone? He said, yes. How many people do you have there on your phone book? You can't have less than 100, 200, 300. So you have contacts, but you don't have connection. You are not connected to them. You are not connected. So until you begin to, and this is the new world we are in. I'm even happy that we use this word potential. Maybe we are going to talk on this another time. Potential. Yes, potential difference. It is when you connect that energy, bam. And when energy flows, work will begin. And when work begins, things begin to happen. Things will begin to happen. The fan is blowing, the AC is working, there's light, the oven is working. That's when life begins. When you do what? Connect. That is why you guys, when you wire a house, you don't do the connection yet. That's the last thing you do. But you don't play with it when there's a connection. You don't manage it right, it can destroy you. It's the same thing. And we are now in the world of connectors. That's what we are in. You say, I can't connect. You are just saying you are dead with all your potential. Because nothing is going to happen until there's a connection. Nothing happens. I don't know how to connect. You're just saying, I don't know how to live. That's what you're just saying. You just remain a potential. May our potential not be wasted. So at this point, I think reasonably, we have addressed this question of why are my invitees not turning up. But before I switch off, I would like to take reactions or questions. Let's address them. Yes?
There's something you said the other time. That's about, I forgot how you put it now, but the thought that came to me was when we were talking in public speaking, when we say, never ask people to applaud you. So you said something in line as we are talking now. Okay. But I can't remember the particular place, but you said something in line like that. But it's okay.
Yes. Any question, any contribution, any reactions? Yes, Shola. You're welcome after so many decades.
Yeah, who is the proprietor of this Metcalfe law?
Metcalfe's law. Metcalfe is his name. His name is Metcalfe. That's why it's called Metcalfe's law. If you Google Metcalfe's law, it will just come out. Metcalfe's law.
Networkers, I've never heard of it. This is the first time I'm hearing.
Wow.
This is the first time I'm hearing.
Then I need to teach on networking itself. We need to teach on network marketing as a course, as like civil engineering, like electrical engineering. That's why I call myself a professional networker. It's something I've studied.
People hide from that
aspect. Yes, they hide from that title.
Because of what we have experienced.
And because they don't know what it means. They don't even know what it means.
Exactly. So I think what we should strive to do is let people know that it's not the name that's the problem. It's the attitude of those who have been operating under that name.
They have met pretenders. They have not met networkers.
Because that's what people are when you are telling them, you can imagine that chiropractor man that
yes, chiropractor, yes.
He's still on our outfit.
Yes.
Incidentally, I found that I was in
yes.
He is saying is that anything, if it's a network, he's not interested. That was what he just told me point blank. When I questioned him that you came that day and then you didn't show up again, and that he now said, Shebi, I told him I wanted to do farming something, and I told him yes, but that's the link. But the business that is offering you this farming training is Ebony, and he said when he came, he saw that he said bring you, and that's why he said, oh, you don't want no part of such a business. So I'm still talking with him anyway.
No. Did he not respond to you when you say, come, let me teach you about farming?
Yes.
Is that not connecting? Is that not networking? Listen now. Nobody is an entrepreneur who is not a networker.
Oh, let them know that.
Nobody is an entrepreneur who is not a networker.
Merely coming to you is connection.
Nobody is an entrepreneur who is not a networker. What when we say network, we define entrepreneur as the one who builds his business around a network and builds a network around his business. But a network of what? A network of people. Is the farmer going to eat his output? He needs people to buy. Therefore, he needs to build a customer base. That is the truth. Network. Is he going to supply himself fertilizer? He needs suppliers. He also needs a network of suppliers. Is he the one that is going to be tilling the ground, carrying water and doing all? He needs laborers. He needs a network of employees that is organizing. So it is lack of understanding. When you say I cannot network, you are saying I cannot do business. That's all. Then go and get a job. But again, when you now get a job, you are recruited into somebody's network. You can't exist without a network.
Meanwhile, some of us also practice networking, but we don't really know what we are doing. Like maybe I bought this stuff now. You saw it, you like it. Now I tell you, actually, where do you get this stuff?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I bought it at particular place. Meanwhile, that guy that sold that thing to me did not give me this networking
Commission,
idea.
yes.
Exactly. I'm not even thinking of anything else. But that thing I did is networking. I've connected the man to another buyer.
Yes, incidentally, I hear that all the time. I say, no, it's wrong. You're not a networker. Networking is done on purpose, not by accident. That's why people run away from it. You must go out to network on purpose. Not that I don't. Why should I be referring if there's? Yes, if there's not a structure, there must be a structure. Otherwise, we're going to call everybody networkers. We are not all networkers. We are not all networkers. You must begin to do it on purpose. I was telling my daughter, who is just finishing school, I said, she said, you're going to get a job. I said, fine, but know that you're not going to do this job for more than 3-4 years. Because you're an entrepreneur. She said, yes. But she said she's afraid of, talking to people. I said, you can't be afraid. I said, now you need to go out, go to the park. Go and spend time at the park. And then meet random people and just say hello to them. Smile at them. Even if they ignore, they grow back at you, it doesn't matter. What they are trying to do now is to build the ability to consistently connect with people on purpose. I said, the job you are going to get, because she's in the US, she's my baby. I said, the job you are going to get, don't go and start looking for security work, no matter how much they pay you. Look for a sales job.
That builds your confidence.
Look for a sales job, because nothing happens until a sale is made.
Yes.
You produce the best products in the whole world. Until you sell, nothing happens. If you can't sell, you close down. Chicken up. Until you begin to sell, nothing happens. And you must sell on purpose, not by accident. The salesman is a connector. No entrepreneur can become an entrepreneur if you cannot connect. No wonder we don't even have entrepreneurs in this environment. We just have jobbers, people who just come in, they are scammers. They are not networkers. That you refer me, that's referral, that's not networking, that's referral. They are two different things. You go online, you see a lot of referral, this referral, that referral, that's even referral, that's not networking. Networking is multi-generation, it's multi-level, that's what they call multi-level marketing. It's multi-level. So it's something that you do on purpose, in a structured pattern. Because if you look at that, even if the man pays me for this share, that means that it's only when I refer that I get paid. How am my restaurant going to come?
People that can refer.
So if I cannot refer, I don't get paid. I've not achieved it. It's just referral. That's not where the money is. The money begins to come when I'm not referring anybody anymore. And I'm just making money.
Because others are doing it on your
That's networking. That's what. There's something I wanted to. Okay, I think at this point we are moving on to another subject now. Let me bring this class to a close. We'll move on to that subject hereafter. Thank you very much.
Katarina